Hello, everybody. My name is Donna Robinson out of the LaGuardia base, and I have been with Endeavor for 3 years now.
Hello everybody, my name is Dylan, also based in LaGuardia. I have been working for Endeavor for 2 years. In 3 months, I'll make 3 years.
Hello everyone, my name is April. I'm based out of Atlanta and I've been here for 17 going on 18 years.
I have a couple questions for y'all today.
Okay.
As a new hire coming in for training, what is training like?
Training, I would say, was pretty straightforward. Mainly it was about emergency evacuations, stuff like that. Something an instructor told me is everything that you learn in training, hopefully you would never have to use out on the line.
Yes.
Because that's one thing that stresses out a lot of people when they go into training. They learn about all these emergency procedures. When the time comes, we will be ready. So I guess for some it could be a little stressful.
Yeah.
But I'd say for me it was just pretty straightforward. I mean, a lot of studying, but nothing anyone cannot handle, I feel.
Yeah.
It could be challenging but also fun.
Yeah.
You know, studying with the groups, we're having fun and making little postcards, trying to learn different, the easiest way to pass the test.
To pass
Like
the
quizzing
test.
one
That's
another
true.
and all that. That's so easy.
I would say, that's one thing I'm glad you brought up. Like, you
Yeah.
get close with the people that you go
Exactly.
through training
Training
with.
with, yes.
So it makes the
Quizzing one another.
process
Yeah.
a lot more
Could
like
I-
Whole lot
easier
easier.
Yeah.
and less stressful, less pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to ask you both, what made you want to become a flight attendant?
I wanted to become a flight attendant because I love interacting with people and meeting a lot of different people and customers, talking to them about where they're going, and they're telling me about his graduations, maybe a wedding or just a girls' trip, just traveling, just seeing the world,
Well, with me, I'm a person that love people. I love people. I love interacting with them. I love talking with them. I love finding out different things about people. Well, I came from the transit administration and I'm retired. And something that I always wanted to do was to become a flight attendant. When I was driving buses, whenever I had an airport run, I would stop at the Delta terminal and I would just look at the flight attendants. And I used to marvel when they came out with their uniforms. I would just look at them,
Looking
and I
all
would say,
classy.
yeah, and then I would look at airplanes up in the air, and I said, one day
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in one of those too. I said because there's people who think that they retired
That it's too late.
and
Yes.
that it's too late.
It's
My
never
age
too
has
late.
a lot to do with
It's
that.
never too
But
late.
no, it's never too late.
That's the way I see it,
Exactly.
too.
Exactly.
And never give up your goal. If there's
Right.
something that you want to do,
Go for it.
go forward. Make no difference what your age is.
Exactly.
You're never too old.
Exactly.
You're never too old. No.
Yes. What is your favorite thing about being a flight attendant?
Ooh, I like this one.
Yeah.
My favorite thing, honestly, there's a lot. I guess mainly the people, and by people I mean my crew, my fellow crew members that I interact with, the passengers that I interact with, just getting to travel as well. But I guess going back to the crew, like the rapport that I develop with them, a lot of crew members that I work with have become friends that I see outside of work,
Okay.
and they become like a second family almost.
Yes.
And especially
Yes.
like when you get close with a crew, they end up leaving after a 4-day, 5-day trip. If you have to work another trip with them, it's like a nice little reunion. It's like, oh my God.
Right.
One time you see it, it's always such a nice feeling. And the same goes with passengers. There's a lot of like regulars that we have on board. So it's always nice to see familiar faces.
Isn't it nice when they come on board? They be like, I remember you.
I've been on your flight. I've been on your flight 3
Yeah.
times.
Right,
already.
exactly.
Yeah.
Do you take this
Exactly.
normal route?
Yeah, they always ask me that.
They ask me that also.
Yeah, just meeting different people from
Right.
different walks of life,
Yeah.
Yep.
But with me personally, I love the fact that just interacting with people. And I love the fact that you find yourself, you can put a smile
On someone's
on
face.
somebody's face. So everyone that comes through that door, you don't know what their background is, their personality. You don't know what their situation
Right,
is.
or what they're going
and
through.
just from your smile sometimes actually light up
It
somebody's
does.
day.
It does.
What is your schedule like first? When you first, do you have a full schedule?
Coming in, just
Just
coming in.
Yes, guys, just coming
I
in.
think I was doing 3 and 4 day trips at the time. We didn't have 5-day trips when I first started.
Okay.
I was only on reserve for like 2 months.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, because
Oh,
the
wow.
base in Atlanta was just opening up, so it was
Okay.
like a new base.
Okay.
So I had a line right away.
Okay,
so that
that's
was
awesome.
the
Yeah,
most.
that is awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, for me, I was on reserve for about 6 to 7 months until I got a line. But while on reserve, it was always random once again. So like some days, some weeks, certain months I'd be called a lot to work a lot of trips. And then other months I'd just be waiting, on ready reserve to be called. So it's a bit of both. I got that experience. But whenever I did get my line, I became one of those flight attendants that just filled my schedule right up.
Yeah.
So I'd be working like 4-day, 5-day trips. And then after that, I'd have like maybe 1-2 days off. Then I'd pick up another 4-day, 5-day. Thankfully, you're able to be flexible that way.
Exactly.
If you want to work less, you're able to drop your trips.
Yes.
Speaking of flexible, that's the good thing about this job.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because if you want to have another career, like a part-time job
Yes.
or go
A
to
job outside of
school
this,
or
yes.
something like that,
Yes, yes.
it's flexible here.
It's very
you can,
flexible.
juggle your schedule.
What would you say is your favorite customer story that you had?
My favorite story, and really it was published in the Endeavor Matters.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Where I had a 9-week-old baby on the plane, and she
Okay.
was very cranky. And the mother could not do nothing with her.
Mm-hmm.
And me being a grandmother, I got into the nana mode.
Right.
And I asked her later, says, ma'am, I said, do you mind if I hold her? And she gave it to me. Well, I rocked her to sleep. Unbeknownst to me, one of the passengers had taken pictures
Oh, wow.
of me rocking the baby and singing the baby to sleep. And she
Oh, wow.
actually sent it in.
And for you, it was just probably just another day,
It was
but
just
everyone
another
else
day,
saw it
yes.
as like a moving
Yeah.
moment.
But I put her right to sleep and she just melted just like that.
Aw.
One that really stood out was a passenger. He said, "I am a million miler, and this is by far the best flight I've ever had." I normally don't say that to anyone because he's I'm standoffish. Is what he
Right.
said.
Okay.
He said I don't really talk, and people think I'm rude. He said my mom was a very, very nice lady. He said you remind me of her spirit.
Aw.
He said, but I'm going to talk to the CEO.
Really?
He said, I'm going to write in because you are very classy and you're very attentive, nice and kind. 5 years ago, I experienced something like this. He said, but
Wow.
until now.
It took another
yeah,
5
It
years.
took another
Yeah,
5
right,
years
another 5
for him to meet someone else that
But you know what?
gave him excellent customer service. It's just the little things that
It's
count.
the little thing
The
that
little
counts.
thing that you do
Oh,
makes
yeah.
all the difference in the world.
really
Yes, it
does.
does.
People don't realize that.
No,
but
no. That
you don't have to do
that you
anything
really-
big.
You went
Just
out
a small
your
thing.
way
Exactly.
to say you are somebody.
What are some challenges you have encountered?
And I guess the biggest one is just insubordinate passengers, which
Yeah.
of course you're going to have, but you just have to approach it with, professionalism. And when you talk to the passengers, you have to be stern but courteous.
Yes.
And it's not always what you say,
Say
it's
it.
how you say it.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right.
100%.
That makes all the difference in the world.
That's right.
You come with a smooth,
Right.
soft
That's right.
tone,
Yep.
and
Right.
they'll mellow
Right.
down.
Exactly. And they'll
and,
listen.
and eye
Exactly.
contact.
Exactly.
Eye contact, not in a threatening way, but eye
Eye
contact.
contact.
And if
Exactly.
you actually talk
In
to
a
them,
soft tone.
they're not looking in the air or looking to
Right.
the side,
Right.
but you're actually talking to them like,
Right.
it's important.
Right, like
Right.
directly acknowledging them. And especially with a smile, too.
Right.
That diffuses people.
Oh,
as well.
definitely.
Yeah,
I guess another challenge would definitely be delays that you experience.
yeah.
Delays.
And
And
then you gotta keep
everything
the
that
people
comes with
calm.
that. Exactly.
gotta
Like
keep-
attend to the people, as well as constantly update them. Like,
Right,
like,
constantly
how
update
long
them,
Are
yes.
we going to be staying
Answer their
here?
questions.
Are they going? Am I going to miss my connection?
Yes.
Stuff
Right.
like that.
Yes,
Update,
yes.
keep them updated.
Yes.
They love when
They
you
love
update.
it.
Yes, they do. Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
They hate. Yeah, people don't like being left in the dark.
No.
So
Exactly.
it's something
No.
they have to constantly let everyone know.
And it's how even we handle those delays that's really important. It's extremely
Exactly.
important.
Right.
Yeah.
And I see that as a challenge because for some flight attendants, they let it like ruin their day. You
Yeah,
know?
you know,
But
yeah.
it's like just a part of the,
part of the job.
Yeah, it's part
and
of the job. Make it fun. Do karaoke.
Exactly.
Get everybody to know each other.
Exactly.
out of your control.
That's
Right.
At that point,
What
just
can you
gotta
do?
work with what you got.
Absolutely.
You're right. You're right. It's
Yeah.
out of your control.
It's out of your control. There's
So,
something
yeah,
to do.
exactly.
Yeah.
What do you do while you on reserve? Are you doing other things or?
Right. So there's two different types of reserves. There's home reserve,
Mm-hmm.
where it's basically where you stay home and then you basically have a time frame where you could get called to work a flight, and they give you about like 2 or 3 hours to get ready,
Yes.
put on your uniform, head to the airport, and in that time, what I would do is just stay in my uniform and just sit at home waiting for me to get called, playing video games until I get called and I have to put the video games away, get my luggage, just drag it out of the house,
Yeah.
of course. And then the second type of reserve is airport ready reserve, is where you
Okay.
wait at the airport. And you wait there at the airport for about like 8 hours. And
Okay.
then from there, you could sit in the crew room until you get called, or you could do some exploring in the airport, have a meal. You could read a book. You could download movies on
Yep.
Netflix.
Talk on the phone.
Watch a movie.
What
You
did
just
you
have to have your Sky Pro, which is the company phone, ready.
Yes.
And be attentive of it, just in case you get a call.
Okay.
And then that's when you are able to work your flight. Or sometimes they ask you to stand in for another flight attendant just for boarding, basically. And if that other flight attendant is not able to make it, then you end up working that flight, which, some hours under your belt. That's what you mainly do
For a
for
trip.
reserve. Yeah. It's
Oh,
not too
okay.
bad. Just basically wait on getting called. Yeah. What does a typical day look like as a flight attendant?
Having maybe 5 or 6 legs a day, sometimes 4. Delays,
Yeah.
getting up early in the morning
Yep. Or later in the day.
or late in the
depending.
day.
It's random.
It just depends on your schedule.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you have adequate enough rest.
Right. And that's what we're talking about, that flexibility again.
Yes, flexibility.
But
The
rest,
flexibility.
rest
Well,
is key, though.
Well,
Take
rest
advantage
is
of
key.
that
Yeah,
rest.
take
and
advantage
hydrate
of it.
yourself. Make sure you're hydrated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, take
Make
advantage
sure-
of that.
Exactly.
Yeah. The way you look at it, you're not just the flight attendant on the plane.
Exactly.
You're the flight attendant, really, as long as you're in the
As long as you're in uniform,
100%.
because that's all they see when they come
That's
when they
right.
approach you.
And not
They
only
just
that-
need help. You
Right,
know,
you
they,
can be on your way to the airport. You can be on your way to
Right.
the airport in your car, at the gas station, or even if you're on the bus with your transit system,
Right.
and they might ask you questions.
Right.
So just because I'm not in the
On the
airport yet
right.
doesn't mean that I can't help
Right.
you.
Right.
So a typical day, really, for me, is once I put on my
the
uniform.
Yeah,
And
there
once
you
I
go.
put on that
the
uniform,
key.
now
Right.
my day has
Your
actually
day has
started.
started, exactly.
Once I go out my uniform out my front door, then there you go. My
There you
day
go.
has
I like
actually
that.
started.
What is the flight attendant's lifestyle like?
It's beautiful, in my opinion. I love it. Like, just the fact that you get to travel, meet different people, like I said, from different walks of life. It's just a lifestyle that is very, very calming, very relaxing.
Yes.
For training, what we do in training is to get ourselves ready for those emergency evacuations in case the time comes. But it's like super, super rare. So for the most part, the job is very straightforward, and the passengers are respectful. Like, the majority of the time, they're very, very respectful. So I'd say it's very easy for that reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
But for me, I look at it, okay, first of all, you have to have if you have a spouse or a significant other, that they understand what your job is like. We have problems, we have issues too.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
We're
But you
people.
don't bring it.
You leave that outside.
You leave it
Like
on the
you said,
outside.
Put your uniform on.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Go to
It's
work.
all about.
'Cause
It's all about the
Exactly.
people, and it's not about you no more. So whatever your problem, even whatever your problem is at home, if you have to leave that
Behind.
there.
Yes.
And
Yes.
now your first priority is every passenger that comes through that door
Safety
of that
first,
aircraft and
and
safety
their comfort.
first.
First as well.
There you
yeah.
go,
Comfort
and
is
that's what
second.
you always got to keep that. in
Safety
the-
first and comfort second.
There you go.
Exactly. On average, how long are trips and how many days do they last?
I normally do like 4 or 5 day trips.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 legs, 5 legs. Just
mean-
depends.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Every day is different, though. There are some days where you could do one leg,
Yeah.
I'm excited to do 2.
Right. Well,
Haven't seen one in a while, but 2.
yeah,
2.
average for me is 5 days, 3 days. When I bid, I ask for avoid anything less than 3 legs. Majority of the time, I will get 2, but believe me, I'm going to get 4 legs a day. But somewhere in that trip,
Yeah,
I'm going to get 4 legs.
exactly.
But
me as well.
they'll find it. But then, I have had where I only had 1 leg. So, but that's another glory of this whole job is that, yes, you can actually, when the bidding, you can actually bid to say how many legs that you prefer or how many days you prefer.
Right.
So you're still flexible. Any way you look at it, you're still flexible.
And you plan B.
Yeah,
can
you
drop.
got
You
you
could
can
drop.
drop. Absolutely.
Or swap out with someone.
Yeah, that's
and take
right.
another trip. You can do that. That's why it's so
Exactly.
flexible,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Yeah, because you can do that. Yes.
Okay. What advice do you have for potential candidates? What do you guys have?
A big piece of advice is definitely look into the job and make sure it fits your lifestyle. Because, like we said, this job is not for everybody. Like, as much as someone would want to do this, maybe it doesn't mesh well with what they have going on in their lives. Like maybe you go to school and you have to juggle both working as a flight attendant and going to school. You have to find that good balance. Or if you want to do another job, you have to make sure the hours correlate with each other. I guess that's a good thing about Endeavor that it's flexible. So you're able to work as less as you can while also doing anything else outside of work. Just
Right.
make sure that it accommodates the lifestyle that you try to live. Mainly, is the
Right.
biggest advice I'd give.
Exactly.
And then one thing that I always I'll look at is say, you know, do your research first.
Right.
Look into the job. And when you look into the job, find out, does it fit with my personality?
Right.
You know, will I fit in this area?
Would I be
Right.
okay with missing holidays?
Right.
Sometimes I may have to work
Right.
weekends. Some
Yes.
I may be on reserve for a
Right.
while. So
Right.
Well, that is some information that we were more than happy to give to all of y'all. So hopefully in a couple of months, if you do apply to Endeavor Air, you could start working with all of us and we could say welcome to the club.
Yes. Yes.
maybe sing a little karaoke.
And I'll give you a great big hug.
Right. Just
Make you
welcome
part
you
of the
in.
family,
Part of
yes.
the family. Right.